Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother, and this is my September game chat with Anne. I'm going to share some information and just talk about the games we're currently playing in my house. And I'm going to start with a suggestion from someone from the last video, which was to talk about what's the right amount of games to have in a collection or how to go about culling a collection of games. And if you are here to feel enabled, I am here for you today because so after hearing that, I went and counted all of the games that we have. It had been a while since I had done that. And we are up to 351 games, I think. We have some games over at my parents' house and down at our lake lot. So there might be a few more around there that I haven't cataloged, but it's right around 350 games. And for the record, I use Board Game Geek to do that. It's a really nice way to keep them cataloged in a list online, just digitally, makes it easy. And do I think that is too many games? No, I do not. Uh, I think I have a lot more games that I want to get. I have a ton on my wish list. I have 6 more in the mail right now coming from Miniature Market. It's not too many games. If you're playing the games, if you're enjoying the games, then it's great. It's wonderful. They don't take up that much space when they're this size. And quite frankly, no one gives me a hard time about how many books I have around. We have bookcases filled with books. I haven't read Pride and Prejudice since I was in college, and no one gives me a hard time for the book that's sitting on the shelf that I haven't read in 20 plus years. Not a big deal. So I feel like I am on board with minimalism and trying to cut down stuff around the house, but I feel like you start with clothes, kitchen appliances. When was the last time you used that zucchini spiralizer that seemed like such a great idea? I would get rid of that stuff first. And I mean, granted, we live in a big house in the Midwest, and if space is really an issue, if you live in a small Manhattan apartment, then yes, I absolutely get it. You got to cut it down. How do you do so? There's a lot of ways. If there are games that you just aren't playing or just aren't for you, and it's time to pass it along to someone else to enjoy, there are a lot of options. It's very easy to donate games. You can donate to schools. You can donate to local board game conventions. A lot of times need games for their board game library. So depending on the types of games you have, you can donate to that. I have a Facebook Buy Nothing group that I'm a part of. And anytime anybody puts up board games on that, it doesn't matter what the games are, they get snatched up really quickly. So that's a great way to do it. And even just Goodwill, you can do that and it's easy. You get a tax write-off too. So it's not like you're just giving it away for free. There are some benefits to doing so. And I know then a lot of times you're like, well, I spent a lot of money for these games. I would like to actually sell them. There are lots of easy options for that too. I'm on board game groups on Facebook, and a lot of times people will do a listing there and say, I'll meet at this place, and they have all their prices for their different items. You can go to local board game cafes, will have buy, sell, trade events. Facebook Marketplace is really easy. eBay. Even on Board Game Geek, you can do it. You can sell games through there, but I think that's kind of more the intense, hard-hitting games. Nobody's selling, my first Ticket to Ride on that. It doesn't seem like. So it just kind of depends on your games. And so, every once in a while, if you want to get rid of some, then that's fine, but it just doesn't take up that much room. We have we have a few of these shelves, and we have 350 games. We have some upstairs, some at my parents' house, but I feel like I solidly have room for about another 100 before I start needing to do some assessing of what to do with them. So, and of the games that we have, I counted this as well. I've played all but 50 of the 350, which is a pretty good percentage. And of those 50, I only care about playing 29 of those 50 because the other ones my husband got, and they're just longer games with different themes and are for him to play on his own another time. So I feel like that's a pretty good percentage. Clearly, if you have like 100 games and you've only played 10 of them, then maybe slow down getting the games. But if you're getting them, you're playing them, they just, to me, they symbolize quality time, and they're pretty inexpensive for what you're getting out of them, because you figure you go and see a movie one time in the theater and you're paying what, like $12 a ticket or something like that. And you go and it's over and you've seen it once. But you get a game and you spend $20 on it, and if you spend a few hours playing, I mean, even if you only play it for a few hours ever, that's pretty amazing bang for your buck. So board games are wonderful. Get lots of them, get more. It's fun to have a lot of options. It's great to have favorites, but it's okay to keep on getting more board games, just as long as you have room. And so if you came here to feel enabled and like you should get more good games, good news. That's what I think. So go get them. Now I'm going to talk about events. I had my first adult board game class this past week, and it went really well. We played Ticket to Ride London and Quirkle. And I would like to say, for really any event, half of it is what games you pick and if it's a good fit for the people you're playing with, but fully half is just how you go about playing the games with the people you're showing them to. If you make it fun, if you kind of cheer them on and make them feel good about what they're doing, then they're going to enjoy themselves and want to come back. So that's going well. I'm really happy about that. And I'm working on becoming a Girl Scout community partner, which means I can run board game events for Girl Scouts too, for their little individual troops. And that's going to be pretty fun. So I'm excited about that, and I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Now I'm going to talk about the games we've been playing a bunch this last month, and they are some Tryazon games. They sent us 6 games to try out for a party. Tryazon is a company that sends you a product and you get to have a party to try it out, and then you just post about it on social media, and that's how their business works. It's pretty great. They do a lot of board game events, and I've been doing their board game parties for the last couple of years, and it has been great. We got Codenames Marvel through them, Jumanji Deluxe. I have a few other games that they sent us over here. So it's been really fun, and it's a great way to get to try out new games. And the cool teenagers that we played some of these games with told me that tier ranked lists were a cool thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do for ranking the different games and what I thought about them. To start off, we're going to talk about this word game, Less is More. This is top tier. This is top tier. The box is a little bit underwhelming. I didn't expect a lot of this game, but it's basically like a competitive Just One. If you're familiar with the game Just One, everyone gives out one clue and you're trying to help someone guess their secret word. Well, in this, each person is trying to write their shortest clue possible so that the person will get to use their clue to guess what their secret word is. And so you get points if your clue is the one that makes it so they can guess the secret word. And if you look at it, a lot of times the clues will, you'll end up taking out, you're allowed to take out vowels out of words. It doesn't have to be a regular word, just the shortest thing you can write down. And I wasn't sure how that would work. It's great, and it adds to the game, because you'll sit there and you'll try to write a short enough word, but then you'll think, oh, this is so clearly this word, and then they'll interpret it as something else. So there's some interpretation of the clues that goes along, and it's really funny. And my 7-year-old son was successful at this game with just a little bit of help, but then teenagers liked it, adults liked it. It was just everyone, my parents liked it. We played it with them, and it was so fun. So this one definitely got played the most out of the bunch and was fantastic. And we're going to keep on playing it a bunch because it was so good. Next up, we have Sink and Swim, Sink and Sand. And this game is basically a mix of Don't Break the Ice and Kerplunk. And again, I was concerned about the sand element of this game and how messy it might be. Kinetic sand is what comes with it, and it's not messy. It's kind of it's a little bit clumpy. It's not just like regular sand you'd find at the beach. And so what you do is you have all your little people balanced at the top, and there's sand underneath them, and you're pulling out the little poles kerplunk style, and eventually someone falls through, and you don't want to be the person that falls through. You want to be the person left at the top. And kids lost it over this game. It was so fun. And my 3-year-old daughter wanted to just play with this just as a toy too, which is great. I like games that are for younger kids. Are they a toy? Are they a game? Or are they a little bit both? So we had friends that were over, were taking pictures of this to give to cousins for the next birthday because they wanted to remember. This is totally one that I would gift because it's so easy to set up and get the rules down, and so you can give it to somebody and not be like, oh, you're going to have this big thing of rules to go through, and kids lose it over this game. So that was really cool. Liked it a lot. Now we're to tier 2. These are still good games, but these aren't the ones that were like the ones that everybody lost it over. Escape Your House Spy Team is basically an escape room game that you set up in your house that has 6 different missions that you can do, so you can use it over and over again, and it's appropriate for kids to play. My kids had so much fun playing this. However, it's a lot of work to set up, so you have to be an A+ parent. So I didn't set it up. My husband did, because he's the A+ parent. So he drew out a map. You have to have 10 different doors to hang clues on, and I'd say that 2 adults and 2 kids are the right number to play this game together, because there was some fighting over clues. It's just trickier. Like, it says 3 to 6 players, but we had a bunch of kids over, so we had like 8 kids playing this simultaneously, which is too many. But that's it. If you love escape rooms, you want to have one that's appropriate for a kid audience, then this is super great for that. But you need to be an A+ parent and be willing to put in a little prep work, and you have to run around the house to do it. And I like to just sit while playing board games, so a demerit point for making me run around. But the game itself, very cute. The kids finished and immediately wanted to play another round, so that's a very good sign. Next, we have headbands, which is a bit of a classic. This is also tier 2 because there's not anything especially special about headbands. It's basically 20 questions where you have a little headband and you put your ticket in there with your animal or whatever on it, and the other person has to guess what it is. And you have a little timer where you can ask questions along as you go along. And we actually have 4 different versions of this, all from Tryazon over the years, different parties. And so I have opinions about the different versions that have come out. I really like this version because there are the headbands, like there's a unicorn headband. So instantly my 3-year-old was like, yes, I want that. There's a crown, kitty ears, and so they have a few different headband options that are fun and make it a little bit nicer for the kids. But this is we had a lot of fun playing this. We were sitting out at the lake playing with the headband. It's very easy to bring along wherever. The one that has the digital version, you can download onto an app on your phone, and it's great then for restaurants where you don't have to have anything along with you. You just do the app on your phone and you can hold up the thing and you can't see what it is, but you're guessing. So it works really well for a lot of things. This is going to go on my list for games to gift to your like elementary school classroom for kids to be able to play, have a game to play at school, because it's easy and it's fun. So it's cute. We like headbands. We enjoyed this one. Next, we have the lower tier games, which does not mean that I didn't like them. It just means of the games that we had, these were the ones that were played the least, and we would play the other ones more often. First, we have Beat the Parents, which we played the other night, and we were all, laughing hysterically as we played. We had such a great time, But this game, you first have to come up with a bet. You have to come up with a bet where the parents bet a thing and the kids bet a thing, and whoever wins will get their thing, which works to get reluctant children to come and play a game with you. Oh, I get to bet a thing. But then you get to navigate what we were asked for. What our kids wanted to bet was they wanted a new puppy, a cell phone, and unlimited video games was what they came up with as their bet. So trying to say, no, bet for like a piece of candy if you win. Instead, you have to navigate that. So that's not my favorite. But then the gameplay, it's nice because anybody can play, even if you don't play a lot of games. It's just basically asking gentle trivia questions. They have ones that are for the kids and then different ones for adults, so both people can be successful. But really what happens is you get to these challenge cards and you get to do fun, active things with your kids, which is great if you want to get up and run around. But I like to sit there during games, so demerits for making me move because I don't want to. I want to just get to sit there. But then it was really cute. One of the challenge cards was where you had to sit with your head on the stomach of the person next to you, so you'd make a little circle, and then you took turns saying ha as you went around. I think this is like a classic junior high activity that you do. I remember doing it in junior high. And my 7-year-old son lost his mind. He was cracking up so bad. It was so cute. And so we had a blast actually playing this, but you have to navigate the dare and you have to move around. And some of the challenge cards you just don't want to do. Like the first one was race to go and wash a dish and then race back. And, we said, okay, we're going to skip that one because at least for us, a dish was going to get broken and someone was going to get hurt because that's how we do these things. So it's really cute. It just depends on your audience for this one. And finally, we have Soggy Doggy, which again, very cute. This is low tier of the 6 games, but it's a cute game. And if somebody had given this to us as a birthday present, we would have said, oh, fun, yay. And my 3-year-old daughter, this is ages 4 and up game. She's 3.5. And she was very happy about this game. So what you're doing but there's a little bit of assembly and then there's cleanup at the end because the doggy gets soggy and you have to dry it out before you put it back in the box. So again, a demerit for making me do any work is my general mode for parenting, I guess. But the game itself is really cute. You put a little water in this bathtub thing. It's easy to assemble. And you put this little rubber doggy thing and you're trying to give him a bath. And so you just are going around the circle trying to race to be first back. And you put water on the doggy, and occasionally if you turn this thing, then the doggy shakes. And you think, and it's okay because you think water is going to spray it everywhere, and it doesn't. It barely. We played this on the carpet in the living room, and it was fine. So it's cute, but between this and Sink and Sand, those are both 4-year-old games. Sink and Sand, the kids were there till the end of the game and really into it. This one, it took a little persuasion to like, okay, you can make it 2 more turns left. So it's cute if somebody really likes dogs. Then it's fun and cute. It's an easy play date level game. It's just they gave us Sink and Sand, which I think is even better, but it's still a cute choice. And finally, some new games we've been testing out. Some word on how that's going. Just a little stack for this month that I want to talk about. I talked about Take 5 last month, but with it comes this other game called Take a Number. And so we tested out that one as well, and I really like it, especially as a 2-player alternative to Take 5. So Take 5 is a game in which once there get to be 5 cards in a row, if you play the 6th card down, you collect all the cards and those are points that you have and you don't want to get points. So it's very simple in concept, but the gameplay is great for people who play a lot. It's strategic. It's very strategic, especially in a large group. Very fun. When you play 2-player, there's a lot of safe moves, and sometimes a stack ends up getting ignored for a while. So it's still fun, but it lags a little bit sometimes. And in Take a Number, you can still play 2 to 10 players, but I think it's especially suited to playing 2-player. So in that, you just have 3 different stacks that you're playing cards, and you have a stack of 3, a stack of 4, and a stack of 5 that you can play that many out. And then there's a different way. If you collect the cards, you place one down in front of you in a stack, and the rest you take into your hand to play out again. So it's just a little more strategic, but still feels very much like the original game. And we played it, my husband played it, I had my dad play it with me, and we played it with my younger son, and just, it worked really well. Everybody got it, and it seemed like the right level of strategy for people who want just a little bit more for a quick game at the beginning of their evening, or just a game to play over and over again. It's a hoot. It's really fun to play. The other game that I tested out with my husband was Moving Pictures by Button Shy Games. We have both the original version and Dinosaur Outbreak, and it is just a little wallet with 18 cards in it, or 16 cards in this one. And these are so portable. If you haven't played Button Shy Games, we have a bunch of them. You can't really find them on Amazon. I just get them from their website. If you get 4 games, it's free shipping, and it's easy to find 4 good games. They have a lot of really good games. Skulls of Sudlak and Tussie Mussy are 2 of the bigger named ones that you see pop up all the time. And I'm going to do a list about Button Shy Games at some point because they're so good. But Moving Pictures is a cooperative 2-player game in which you're just trying to play the cards in numerical order. You each take turns playing down, but all of the cards have special powers on them, and so you have to be really strategic in how you place them out. You get to move things around as you play, and it's challenging but doable and really fun, and it was a good couples exercise. And so I had played it with a couple other people before, but I hadn't introduced my husband to it before, and he liked it, and we had a very pleasant Sunday afternoon playing this. So I just wanted to do a shout out for the Button Shy Games because I just found out about them a few months ago, and I love them. I mean, this is 6 games, and that's how much space it takes up. Awesome. Super awesome. Then my husband had gotten me the Disney Hocus Pocus, the game, to test out because the new movie's coming out and Halloween's coming up. So we played it over the weekend for the first time, and it's cooperative and it's cute. There's the 3 witches from the movie, and you're trying to stop them, and you're taking turns playing out cards, and you're trying to have like either all of the same color of card you have out on the board or all of the same type kind of card. And it's nice. It feels like a super easy Hanabi to me. It's very family grade. And it was really fun. It's not one that I would play every Friday night for the entire year, but it's one that I would, for the month of October, I could see my kids being super into and being able to play. You could have, people come over on Halloween night and want to play this with you and be able to say, okay, sit down, you just do this. So it's very quick and easy to learn, and it's very positive. So it was cute. It's nice if you like the Hocus Pocus movie. It's a very cute one to check out. And then finally, I have My Gourd, which was recommended to me by a woman who messages me about games sometimes, which I really enjoy. And this one I picked up because I love that it is fall themed, but it isn't specifically Halloween, which is nice. It's a nice niche to find. And it was $9 on Amazon, which is pretty handy as well. And I love it. It was really quick to get up and running. You're trying to be the first to build your complete gourd. My daughter, who's very hesitant about playing new games sometimes the theme drew her in right away, and so she was excited to plant her pumpkin and get the right cards to make it grow bigger and bigger. And the gameplay is really sweet and easy. You're just trying to have 2 different piles. If your cards add up to 6, then you get to lay it down and grow another level. And then there's matching sunlight and water if you have the same number. So there's like a few very cute, simple things to do. Like, this is great because you could play this with a grandparent after a family meal and have the kid lead them through it, because it is very simple. And if the grandparent is just trying to chat and the child is wanting to have a game to play while the grown-ups have chat time, the kid can basically run the whole show. And it's a really cute theme, and it's sturdy, and it's fun. So yeah, it's a great one, and we really enjoy it, but it's super quick, and I like that. So that's it for my September game chat. If you have something specific you'd like for me to speak to in my next one of these, please drop a line in the comments, or you can email me if you like at gamelikeamother@yahoo.com. And let me know if there's any great games that you've been playing, because I only have 350 of them, and I definitely need more because game time is the best time. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time from Game Like a Mother.